Hey everybody, welcome to Friendly Fitness. Who am I? Anyway, I'll worry about that at another time. But today we got to talk about this totally awesome workout. Now it's going to be 20 minutes long, full body. The good news is though, everything that we do is going to be 30 seconds long and it's going to be fresh. And we actually have kind of a cool routine for it also. So get this, I've got my mat, but I've also got some space that I'm going to use some body weight or some like more explosive exercises. And the way this is going to go is I'm going to spend 1 minute down here doing mostly leg stuff. And then I get a 30-second break. And then I do 1 minute up here doing mostly core and upper body stuff. So we're going to do a minute down there, 30-second break, minute up here, 30-second break, back and forth for what feels like forever. Just kidding, it's not going to feel that long. It's only going to be 20 minutes long. And every exercise is unique, so we're not going to duplicate anything, but keep in mind that if there's an exercise you're just not enjoying, the vibe just isn't working for you, and you're like, oh man, I really liked that exercise we did 2 minutes ago, can I do that? Yes, you absolutely can do that, because we want to have a good time, we want to be safe, and we want to challenge the body. So if something works for you, repeat it. And if you ever want to take a longer recovery, just do it, okay? So let's just have a good time, and let's rock and roll. So first exercise, we're going to be doing some squats. Pretty basic, all right? So make sure the legs are nice and loose. Do whatever you got to do to loosen up a little bit. If you want to do a little jog before this, that's fine. But for 30 seconds, I'm just doing some squats. So let me go about here so you can see my feet. Perfect. So my feet are hip width apart, and I'm just going down to whatever depth feels good for 30 seconds. After that, I'm doing something called a 1.5 squat, which is very similar, except at the bottom, I'm going to do a little bit of a pulse and then come back up. So down I go, a little bit of a bounce, boom. Those are the first two exercises. We're going to start in 10 seconds. Okay, it's begun. I've hit the start button, and there's no going back. Let's rock and roll, guys. 30 seconds of squats starts. Now let's do it. So go to whatever depth feels good. Nice and slow on the way down. Explode up and try to flex your glutes at the top. We're doing a minute of work down here. 2 different exercises, 30 seconds a pop. And remember, if you want to go a bit shallower on these squats, that's fine. We want to keep the knees nice and safe. But we go to whatever depth feels good and then explode up. All right, here we go. 1.5 squats. So, I'm feeling some burn already. I'm going to do that bounce at the bottom, and then up, down and go. Bounce, boom. Call these the bum bouncer squats one of these days. I got to make sure it's not patented first, though. So just making it happen. Don't worry, we're going to give the legs a break soon and put some other muscles to work. But let's just bounce at the bottom. Woo. Toast those buns. I feel it in the legs, too. Oh, baby. Okay, 30-second break. We're going on to the mat. I'm going to talk a little bit about these next 2 exercises. We're going to be doing push-up with a rotation. This is going to be kind of crazy. So I'm going to do a push-up, and then I'm going to do my hands up, and then check it out. Thread the needle, back up, down for another push-up. Is that insane or what? Up I go, thread the needle, up I go, back down. I'm going to do 30 seconds on each side. You can do these push-ups on the knees. It's really up to you. Like so, push up, reach up, thread the needle, reach up again, bring it back down. It's your call, but I'm doing this for 30 seconds. And then I'm going to the other side. Up, thread the needle, up again, down I go. Making that arm work. Ooh, I feel that burn already. Okay, other side. So now I'm using this guy to keep me grounded. Boom. Up I go. Thread the needle. Up I go again. Bring it back. And remember, knees on the floor if you want. But if you're feeling it, get those knees up. And use that strong core to brace those hips when you thread the needle. Okay, take 30-second break. I guess we're going back onto the grass. What's coming up next? Oh baby, this is gonna be tough. We're gonna do an alternating reverse lunge. So I'm standing tall. I'm gonna take that step back and do the reverse lunge. That was with my right, and then with my left. Right, left. If you're feeling good, if you wanna challenge yourself, we can do a hop in between. It's up to you. And then after that, well, we'll talk about that soon. Let's do it. 30 seconds of work. And as we know, we can go to whatever depth feels good, and you don't even have to do the hop. We can just walk back from one to the other. Dudes, I'm already pretty out of breath. That's either a great sign or a horrible sign, but I'm gonna be optimistic. 2, 1, check it out. Let's do a pulsing squat. Hold that squat position, and let's just bounce a little bit. Stay down though. It can be whatever depth you want. My feet are flat on the floor. I'm not on my tiptoes. My feet are nice and flat. You can do these bouncing squats up here. You can stay low, it's up to you. But we're holding this just for a few more seconds. Oof. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Ooh yeah. Take 30 seconds. Coming back onto the mat. What's happening? Okay. So we're gonna do some legs. We're gonna do a hamstring walkout. And then, the bridge. So for the hamstring walkout, I'm just lying down, but I got my feet kind of close to me. I'm gonna get my hips up, and then I'm gonna walk those feet away and then bring them back. The further you walk those feet out, the more work this is for the hamstrings. So keep those hips nice and high. Here we go. Walk them out, walk them back. I'm leading with my right for 2 reps, and then I'm leading with my left for 2 reps. Oof. All the while, keeping those hips nice and high. Woo. Now I'm leading with the right again. Almost time. After this, we're just gonna hold that bridge position while keeping those glutes really tight. Here it is. So get those hips up and keep them there. Flex those glutes. Feel the hamstrings and the glute combo doing some serious effort right now. Flex them. Let's get that burn. Don't let those hips sink lower. Keep them up. Don't worry, I put some sunscreen on. Don't worry about it, Mom. I got this. I'll be safe. Oh, okay. Woo. Take 30 seconds. Now, we're going back on the grass, and I got a bad feeling we're gonna do some more legs. Am I right? Ah, shoot. Of course I'm right. So, we're gonna start by doing some slow motion squats. Just implies slow on the way down, slow on the way up. We're doing that for 30 seconds. And then, jump squats. When you do a jump squat, you don't have to jump, but we do want to be explosive on the way up. Let's do it. Slow motion squats. Nice and slow on the way down to whatever depth feels good. Nice and slow on the way up. Boom, flex the glutes. Take your time on the way down. Take your time on the way up. I know what you're thinking. What are you doing with your hands, Andrew? What the heck is this dramatic tableau Cirque du Soleil business going on? Hey, I like it. I'm gonna do it with the hands. You can do whatever you want with the hands. I don't mind. You can keep your hands up here. Keep them on your hips. Doesn't matter. But it's time for jump squats. So you don't have to jump super high, but if you're feeling it, let's just get airborne. Let's just say goodbye to the ground. Boom. And fly. This is a tough one. We're doing core soon. Don't worry. Oh, man. A few more seconds. We got about 4 seconds. 2, 1. Okay. This one's working. This one's working for me. 30-second break. We're doing core, right? Oh yeah, we're doing core. Okay. We're about to do a plank walkout with the hands. So I'm in a high plank position. I got my hands right under my shoulders. You can put the knees on the floor if you want to, but I'm gonna walk my hands out, and then I'll walk them back. The further out you walk those hands, the more challenging it is. Let's do it. I'm leading with the right arm, and then the left. So lead with the right, Lead with the left. Lead with the left. After this, we're doing a plank with a hip dip. So I'm gonna go into my forearms very soon. But for now, a few more seconds of this. We wanna keep the hips still. Okay, down we go. You can be on the knees if you want, but look at my hips. Down on one side, down on the other. Nice and controlled. Keep those hips at the same height the whole time. Feel those obliques doing work. Almost time for that 30-second rest. Okay. Take 30 seconds. Whoa. Woo. We're getting through this, everybody. Oh, it's happening. I've got my bottle of water right there. I don't know if it's unprofessional to take a sip of it or not. I'm going for it, and I hope you do too. Okay, so we're about to get on our feet. Oh my gosh. The broad jump. So, I got some space in front of me. I'm just gonna lock and load, and I'm gonna jump. Doesn't have to be a huge jump, and then we're gonna walk back, lock and load, boom. I'm gonna try not to jump off the frame. I'm an excellent broad jumper. I've put it on every resume since I was a teenager. In fact, it's the only thing on my resume. We're doing this for 30 seconds. You can use those arms. Doesn't have to be a big jump. Do whatever feels good. But now I'm doing something called a Cossack squat. Wide stance. I'm going down on one side, pointing that toe up, and then the other. I'm making my right leg do a lot of work. I'm making my left leg do a lot of work. You can keep the hands on the hips if you want to. And if you really need to, put your hands on your knees. But we want those legs to do the work. So try that depth. Oh man. Oh, bit of balance involved. Okay. Oh man, take 30 seconds. We're going back onto the mat. Whew. That time sure is flying, right? Must be because I'm having so much fun right now. Oh my gosh, okay, what's coming up next? Oh, single-legged hip bridge. Man, this is gonna be the real deal. Those hamstrings again. I got my right leg up, I got my left foot down, and I'm just gonna get those hips up and then back. I'm gonna do 30 seconds on this side, starting now, and then 30 seconds with the other. I beeped twice, I don't know what that was all about. That's okay. That probably means 10 minutes in. Whew, that's good, we're more than halfway through it. So we want to do that slight pause at the top. And if you're not feeling the single leg, just put both feet on the ground and do them for both of these. Whew. All right, there's the sign. Other side, please. Up and back. Whew. Feel those hams doing some work. Feel the glutes getting tight as you try to hold the hips up against that gravity. Don't let that gravity win. It's winning all the time. Whew. Not today. Okay, almost. Yeah. Take 30 seconds. Whoa, get that sip of water. Do what you gotta do. Okay, what's coming up next? The static lunge. Okay. I'm going down here on the grass. I got one leg in front. I'm putting one foot behind. So I'm gonna keep them that way. And then my back knee, I'm just gonna bend it and bring it closer to the ground without moving my feet for 30 seconds on this side. If you need to hold on to something, do it. You do not have to go deep, but 30 seconds starts now. So try that balance. And remember, it's all about bending the back knee. If you have your feet too close to each other, it's kind of hard to get low. So make sure you got some room in between them. Bending that back knee. Whew. I wonder if you can see my feet. There we go. 30 seconds aside. Whatever tempo works for you, works for me, as long as we're safe. Oh man. Other side. bending that back knee. Feeling those quads doing work. Feel my hamstring back here getting kind of strong, kind of tight, kind of burny. Woo. Here we go. A few more seconds. 2, 1. Whoa. Okay, we're not messing around today. We're about to go onto the mat. We're getting close. We're getting pretty darn close. Remember to take those breathers anytime you want. In 15 seconds though, we're starting the reverse crunch. So I'm lying down. I like to keep my hands on the floor. I'm gonna get my knees nice and close to my chest. You can keep the knees bent if you want to. If you want to challenge, try straightening them out a little bit at the bottom. So slow on the way out. Knees in, slow on the way out. And we want to keep that lower back pressed into the mat. Doesn't matter if the knees are bent or we're trying to straighten those things out. Keep that lower back pressed down. After this, we're doing some conventional crunches. Conventional crunch sounds like a boring kid cereal. But what do I know? Okay, the crunch. Put those feet on the floor. We're going up and back. See if you can get the shoulder blades off the floor without losing that posture. If you want, you can put your hands out. That does make it a bit more comfortable. But do what you gotta do and try to spend a bit of time at the top. And go slow on the way down. Oof. Oof. Okay. We are almost done. We are almost done. Coming up next is a sumo squat and then a pulsing sumo squat. So for the sumo squat, wide stance. Toes are pointed out. We keep the eyes forward, and I'm just gonna do a squat. It's gonna feel weird. These are very different muscles doing the work. But we wanna get low and then up, bending at the knees, not hinging forward at the hips. So, 2, 1, let's do it. Practice that depth. You can do whatever you want with the hands. I don't mind what you do with those hands, as long as you're keeping those eyes forward and bending those knees at the bottom and keeping the feet flat on the floor. There's a lot of stuff to keep track of, but you're doing great. You're doing great. As soon as we're done this, we're gonna hold it in the low position and we're just gonna bob up and down. Here it comes. 3, 2, 1, hold it. And let's pulse, just a tiny little bit of bouncing down here. Oh, big stinging insect about to land on me, that's okay. I'm sharing his space, he's sharing mine. Oh man, Timer, where are you? Where the heck are you? It's tempting to look down. Keep the eyes forward. Whoa, okay. That one worked. Whew. We're almost done today's workout. Coming up, working on some pecs. We're doing some push-ups. So when we do a push-up, the thing I like to look out for most is that line through the hips. We definitely don't want the hips up, pointing at the sky like so. We want to see a straight line from the knees right to the shoulders. So whether you're doing it halfway down or whatever, keep your glutes tight and let's see 30 seconds of excellent push-ups. Coming up, we're doing the Superman. We're almost there. A few more seconds. Okay, the Superman. I'm lying on the floor. Arms, legs out. Let's just get all limbs up and back. Bring them up and back as an option. Right arm, left leg up, recover, then alternate. We're only doing this for a few more seconds. Feel the glutes, the hams, and lower back. That posterior chain doing serious work. What would you know about a posterior chain? I know. I'm doing my best though. Okay, everybody, bonus round. We've got 2 more minutes of hard work. we're gonna hold a squat for a whole minute. Oh my gosh. This is the last leg exercise though. And then we're gonna hold a plank for a whole minute. So, 60 seconds of holding a squat. You can go to whatever depth you want. You can do whatever stance you want. It's really your call. But we're going now. A whole minute. And if you ever want to change it up, you know, if that song comes on that you really like, you just gotta move. Maybe do a pulsing squat. If you need a break, you can stand up and shake it out. But let's try to commit to it for a whole minute. Let's try to commit to it for a whole minute. Man, Dr. Seuss, the 21st century right here. Okay, we're halfway through it. This is our last leg exercise. We have about 20 seconds to go. You can do this. You can do it. But how do you know that, Andrew? I just know it. I know you can do it. Oh my gosh. A few more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Plank. 60-second plank, and then it's done. Do your best, everybody. You can have the knees on the floor if you want. You can have the toes on the floor. Whatever. But keep that core tight. And let's just rock and roll until the end. And again, if that song is still in your head and you want to move those hips a little bit, do it. That's totally fine. But let's try to commit to staying up for the last 30 seconds. So if you got to take a break, take it now. But we got 30 seconds. We've been working hard for 19 and a half minutes. Let's just go. I'm really focusing on keeping my core tight. I'm keeping my glutes tight too and my legs. Just trying to keep the body as rigid as possible. Last few seconds. Here it comes. 3, 2, 1. Jeez, Louise. Oh, man. I was feeling pretty good today, but now that I just finished that 20-minute workout, I feel like $1,000,000, and that's Canadian dollars. Guys, thanks so much for sticking with me through the whole 20-minute workout. And the nice thing about these workouts is that, let's just say after 12 minutes, you're like, okay, I've had enough. I gotta do something. Hey, try it again in a few weeks. And maybe you'll make it to 14 minutes. Maybe you'll make it to 20 and be like, Andrew, I wanna do it again. You'll just do it again. So like, it's totally up to you. But you're fantastic. Thank you so much for sticking with it. I'm out of breath. I gotta get some water and some coffee. But more videos to come, as always. I can't think of anything else to say. Tune in next time. Have a wonderful day. I'm Andrew. I remembered. I'm Andrew. This is Friendly Fitness. Peace. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done.